All right, Algebra 2, we're in our mini lesson portion. This is Coach Emmons coming at you. So today, we're actually going to talk about adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials, okay? So polynomial is just terms that are written together. So for instance, if I had just x, that would be a monomial. But if I add a bunch of terms, a polynomial, okay? And so far we've been dealing with stuff like this, but now we're getting to the point where we're going to start dealing with stuff like this, okay? And you always want to make sure that it's written in standard form. And so standard is basically your descending exponent order, okay? So for instance, if I had this, I'm getting lazy with the numbers, the coefficients. Notice how I've got my exponents that are going 3, 2, there should be a 1 here, but like we ignore it. And then this would be 0 technically, right? Roughly. Or x to the 0 power. Yeah. Okay. So, but we always want it in descending exponent order. Okay, so whenever we're talking about stuff, the first thing that you always got to check is that it's in standard form. Okay, and this is the last kind of conversation that we're going to have about it, because sometimes it will be written in standard form and sometimes it won't be. But it's your job to make sure that it is in standard form before you start manipulating it. Okay, so first thing, adding polynomials. Y'all are pretty good at this. You probably want to use some color pencils or like a highlighter. Sometimes your teacher might use like a box versus a circle. Completely up to you how you want to organize. I personally like color. Yay, go color. All right, so combine like terms. So same variable, same. So for instance, on number 1, we've got 4x and we got 7x. And then we've got this other stuff that doesn't have x's next to it, right? Imagine that, no x's. That would be wonderful. It's fine. So 4x plus 7x is going to give you 11x, okay? And then you've got 3 plus 8, which is also going to give you 11, okay? So we got 11x plus 11. Look at that. It's in standard form. We crush this, okay? On number 2, kind of same concept. I personally will go through and identify if it's, you know, whatever color. So for instance, we've got this x squared, got this 3x squared, and then we got this negative 6, 3x, and then I'm going to need more color. So 9 and negative 4, okay? Mind your signs, okay? Mind your signs. And what I mean by that is like make sure that you include your signs when you're writing this stuff out. So I'm going to start with my highest order first. So we've got x squared plus 3x squared, which is going to give us 4x squared. And then we've got 3x minus 6x. So that's going to give us negative 3x. Okay, sorry for that color. I need to pick better. 9 minus 4, which is going to give us 5. Again, we're in that descending exponent order. It's in standard form. We're good to go. So take a moment, pause the video. I want you to try 3 and 4 on your own, and then I want you to check your work. So first identifying your exponents, color coding things that are the same, and then combining like terms. All right, so on this first one, we've got negative 2x squared plus 9x squared, and that's going to give me 7x squared, okay? And then we've got this 5x and negative 12x, and if we combine those, that's going to give us negative 7x, okay? And then we've got negative 7, negative 5, and so that's going to give me negative 12. And in descending exponent order, and we done. On number 4, again, identifying those, combining like terms. And it doesn't always have to be the same color each time, but you're still identifying those which are the same. Again, I like color, but up to you. Okay, so my first exponent, 6x x squared minus 7x squared is going to give us negative 1x squared. And then I've got negative 11 plus 1. Oh, negative 11 plus 1, that's going to be negative 10. But I got to put that guy at the end, right? Because of standard form. Standard form. Don't forget it, because otherwise it's wrong, y'all. Okay, 8x plus 2x is going to give us 10x. Okay, in descending exponent order, and we done. Okay, so that's adding and adding polynomials. Okay, make sure that you're in standard form. There will be probably an answer choice at some point that's not in standard form, and then the answer choice that is in standard form, you got to pick the one that's in standard form. So keep that in mind. And the reason why we make a big deal out of this is just so like when we check our work, it's real quick and easy. If I rewrote this as 10x minus x squared minus 10, you'd be sitting there going, wait, is that the same thing as what this is? And we don't want to waste time trying to tell our answers. We want to be able to move on to the next problem, okay? The world has too many problems. We're trying to be efficient. All right, so subtracting. We hate subtracting. You know why? Because we don't pay attention to the negative. All right, so on this one, what I want you to do is the first thing that you always want to recognize is that there's a subtraction sign in the middle. Sorry, I got a little excited. All right, there's a subtraction sign in the middle. So we're going to distribute that guy. We're going to make everything else in that second parentheses actually negative, or change the sign, not necessarily negative. So I'm going to rewrite this whole mess really quick. So, all right, so we're going to get negative 10 plus 6x, and then we're going to distribute that negative. So negative 9 and negative 2x. Now, if these would have been negative inside this parentheses, then we would have made those positive. Again, that negative is there to switch the sign, not necessarily take everything and make it negative. Okay? All right, so now we're going to do the same process that we did in the last one. We're going to identify our common terms, okay, and color coordinate them. And then we're going to combine like terms. So our highest order here is 6x minus 2x, which is going to give us 4x. And then we got negative 10 minus 9, and that's going to give us negative 19. Got to make sure that it's in standard form, and then you're good to go. All right, so on number 6, we're going to distribute that negative. All right, so we're going to change all these signs. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this first one, and then change the signs of all the rest of these. So that would be negative 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. Okay, and we're going to color coordinate all of these because, you know, color. Okay, so anything that has an x squared term, we're going in blue. Make sure that you include the sign that's in front of it, otherwise you're going to mess up. Okay, anything that's in negative 8x, anything that has an x, we're going to combine. And then anything that's just chilling on its own, we're going to combine. Okay, so 7x squared plus 2x squared is going to give us 9x squared. Negative 8x plus 5x is going to give us negative 3x. And 2 minus 1 is going to give us 1. Okay, so pretty simple. You really just got to make sure that you're paying attention to signs. That's going to be like your biggest downfall. Got to distribute that negative. It has to be the first thing that you do, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, try 7 and 8, and then we'll come right back to it. All right, so on 7, we're going to distribute that negative. Ooh, nobody likes this yellow. Sorry. All right, so we're going to rewrite this, and that's going to give us negative 5x plus 3x squared minus 15 minus 12x plus 4x squared minus 7. All right, so the first thing I want to do, I want to highlight my x squareds. And then I want to highlight my x's. I don't want to highlight them, but, you know, it's okay. Negative 15 and negative 7. All right, we're going to combine our like terms. So 3x squared plus 4x squared is going to give us 7x squared. Negative 5 minus 12x is going to give us negative 17x. And negative 15 minus 7 is going to give us negative 22. Boom, descending exponent order, good to go. All right, last one, yes. Okay, so on this one, we're going to distribute. I'm going to rewrite this in a color that actually we can see. So we're going to get 20 plus 3x minus 12 plus 8x. All right, so we're going to highlight our colors. We got 20 and negative 12, and then we've got 3x and 8x. All right, so we've got 3x plus 8x is going to give us 11x, and then we've got 20 minus 12, which is going to give us 8. That one's pretty simple. Okay? All right, here's the dreaded part. Actually multiplying. So most of you are pretty comfortable with number 9. Like you looked at number 9 and you were like, I got this. I can distribute or I can do the box method. So take a moment, try number 9 because you're pretty good at this one. Okay? All right, so if you like the distributing method, you can do it that way. So 3x times x is going to give us 3x squared. 3x times 5 is going to give us 15x. And then we're going to multiply 4 times x, which is going to give us 4x, and 4 times 5, which is going to give us 20. We're going to combine our like terms. The only ones that are able to be combined are these two. So we've got 3x squared, 19x, plus 20. Descending exponent order, and I'm done. Some of you were like, I do the box, and that's okay too. So you did 3x plus 4, and then you did x plus 5. X times 3x is 3x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. X times 4 is 4x. 5 times 4 is 20. Then you combined everything, and you got this as your answer. Okay? So that's great and wonderful. Look at this monstrosity. Okay, so we've got a binomial with a trinomial. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so you can do this either 2 ways. You can do the box method or you can do the distributive method. Totally up to you. I'm going to show you both ways because I'm a rock star and you know it. Okay, so you're going to take this first term and you're going to share it with everybody. Okay, this always reminds me of kindergarten where you have to share your cookies. Yeah, like you've got to share everything with everything that's inside the other parentheses. So 4x times 5x squared. It's going to give you 20x to the 3rd power because we're going to multiply the coefficients and we're going to add the exponents. So then we got 4x times 2x, which is going to give us 8x squared. And then we've got 4x times negative 7, which is going to give us negative 28x. All right, so we did that part. But now we got the 6j chilling by itself. Well, now we've got to share him with everybody else in this other group. It's like you having best friends in elementary school. You've got to share it with other people. Okay? So 6 times 5x squared is going to give us 30x squared. And I always put my my stuff together. So my similar things together beside each other or underneath each other. Up to you how you want to do it. If you want to just put it out here, that's okay too. I'll show you that way to make it a little bit easier. And then you've got 6 times 2x, which is 12x. And I'm sorry I squished this. 6 times negative 7 is negative 42. So now this just becomes an adding problem. Okay, so I'm going to highlight my like terms. I got 8x squared and 30x squared. And then I've got negative 28x and 12x. And then I have 2 lonely things that don't go with anybody else. That's so sad. So I'm going to bring out my highest term down. I'm going to combine my like terms that are in green. So 8x squared and 30x squared is going to give us 38x squared. And then I've got negative 28x and 12x, which is going to give us negative 16x. And I got this negative 42 just chilling by itself. Okay? And these are in descending exponent order, so we would be done. For my people who like the box method, you can still set this up the same way. The only difference is you're going to have a couple extra boxes. So what I mean by that is you're going to have 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3, and 2 on this side. So you would have 4x and 6 and 5x squared, 2x minus 7. So you're just going to have 3 boxes going this way and 2 boxes going this way. Still going to multiply and still would have gotten the same thing. Okay, so sorry I was running out of time on this video, so I wanted to go ahead and show you. You can pause it, but this is the same setup as what you would get over here. Even the colors are the same.